Good morning. My name is Odeyemi Akinyemi. In this manual setup, this is a manual binary setup. I'm using NoahFS platform. On this very platform, I will be trading right away as I'm seeing the signal. In your own case, you might choose to use any other binary option platform like this. You might choose to use binary.com. It's another broker. All you need to do is to select your currency pair, any currency pair you want to trade. Change the time here to 5 minutes or 15 minutes as the case may be. On this platform, on my MT4, presently I'm using 5 minutes expiration. So once I'm using 5 minutes time free, as you can see here, 5 minutes time free, then it means I have to use 5 minutes expiration on my executing broker. So I change this payout to stake. Just that. For instance, now, if on my MT4 already this is Euro USD pair, I will come here and I will select Euro USD. Sorry. So I'm looking for that signal. My indicator have already told me red. The MACD has changed to red. The big ball has appeared red. The candles, the present candle is now red. The two moving averages are still signifying uptrend, because the purpose of this moving averages is to signify the direction of the trend. They are still pointing up, which means overall signal is still up. So by the time this blue takes a turn and almost crossing on this pink, an arrow pops up, I will take my trade in what? Lower, I will purchase. If the green arrow pops up, I will purchase higher. But I don't use binary.com for now. The reason is that when you pick a trade, it takes about 2 seconds for it to be executed, no matter how fast your internet is. No matter how fast it is. They have their own way of collecting the spread. There's something we call spread. So that pips of spread will definitely take place before your trade is executed. That is one. Then two, no matter how smart you think you are, if your trade is in tide, it means draw, which means the price here, this blue thing and red changing to we call it price, market price. If the market at the time, the price at which you execute, the price at which you purchase, okay, if the price of purchase is equal to the price of expiration, you call it tie or draw. It is as good as loss on binary.com, but with every other MT4 broker, it is draw. That money you used in buying that product, in placing that trade, will be returned. Okay? Look, it is because you and I are trading with $10, $15. We really don't care, right? But for those who execute big, like $100, and you don't have a draw, and a broker tells you the money is lost. You know, $100 now is about 40-something thousand in Nigeria. Not be small thing, oh boy. So I'm a trader, not a gambler. In view of that, I decided to go with MT4 binary option broker. So in this case, if it is draw, this is the market price. Once I execute, the price appears there. So if the price of my execution is equal to the price of expiry, okay, you know what that means. Anyway, it is not 5 seconds, it's not 60 seconds, it has to be 5 minutes because the payout is 70%. Yeah, it is only when I trade 60 seconds you see payout of 90%, or 80% thereabouts. So the investment for now, $10. All I look out for, 2 good trades in a day. By so doing, I have made $7, which is 14. I quit with this. Then I go on to check my auto trader. I have to check other. You might be thinking, what do I look out for? I look out for the crossover of these two lines. Here, crossover or almost crossing over. I look out for the crossover. So the direction, I look out for the big ball, 1, the arrow, then I trade. I look out for the small ball, the small dot like this, the arrow, then I trade. And I look out for the overall market sentiment. You don't just trade. It is almost 8:30 here in Nigeria. Some currencies do very well at this time because it is London Open. GBP currencies, okay, like GBP USD, and you avoid trading news error. You avoid trading news. If you look at this dotted mark, signifies the beginning of today's market open. I told you I look for the small dot. This is the small dot, green. Arrow pop up after it, and the trade was won. Look at the small dot, arrow pop up, the trade here was won. Look at the big dot, the big ball, arrow came up, the trade was won. Look at the crossover, arrow came up, the trade was won. Okay, then look at the big ball, arrow came up, the trade was won. Look at the big ball, arrow pop up, the trade was won. There was no small and green pop up here. This arrow was lost. There was a red pop up, arrow pop up also, it was lost. Okay, so but I would just advise you, don't take every trade blindly. Also look at the MACD. What does the MACD says? Look at this, MACD is parallel. When MACD is parallel, you don't trade. You see, you don't trade. Look at this MACD. It is when it wasn't parallel. Most of the trades were won here. So you don't trade when this line here, this MACD, call this MACD. When they are parallel, you don't trade. But when it takes its shape like this, you can trade when these conditions are met. Okay, you can trade when these conditions are met. Let me go over to another currency pair. Now, look at the MACD. The way they are now, you can trade because they are well formed. Okay, but you've not gotten the opportunity because we have only gotten the big ball. This big ball here, this low, signifies the lowest low, which is at the support area. Yeah, it signifies the resistance, and the market might not go further up, and the market will come down. So when it says the market will come down, you see an arrow pop up, you trade. This trend, this moving averages just only signify the direction of the market. And at times when it crosses over, it's a good opportunity to trade. I know how to use it very well, even when there is no arrow. It crosses over, I trade. Look at the red ball, the arrow, the crossover, trade. The big ball, the arrow, trade. Okay, but you might want to be very disciplined. You might just wait patiently. You shouldn't trade until when there is a crossover, a vivid crossover that you can see. Like this point here, there's a crossover. Like this point here, there's a crossover. Like this point here, there's a crossover. Okay, you might just wait only to take your trade only when there is crossover, so that you will avoid too many signals. Look at here, crossover here. I take this indicator in such a way that even when arrow pops up at time, I won't trade. I will only trade at the crossover, even when there is no arrow pop up. I've been doing that very well, and it's been it's been doing very well. So this video might be long. I'm doing it to really explain to you how to use this system. Okay, this is USDJPY. USDJPY at this time of the day doesn't really go well. Okay, so there are some currency pair but you don't trade. I'm not a night hawker. Okay, I trade in the morning. Those in the US, most of them now they are sleeping. It's only 8:81 here. Subtract 6 hours from our time. that is when you get theirs. Theirs now, it should be around 2 a.m. When I was there, I do trade around 2 a.m. midnight. Judging the time of Nigeria, that was when I used to trade, because I love trading London Open. Okay, London Open is around 8 a.m. So I wake up in the US around 2 a.m. I synchronize my time to 2 a.m. But if I want to trade in the US time, it's going to be their own 8 a.m., which is going to be around 1 p.m. That is the US Open, the New York time. The New York markets open in our own 1 p.m., their own 8 a.m. You see? So if you are in Nigeria or you are using GMT plus 1, you can also still trade around 1 p.m., which that synchronizes to what? To New York Open. But if you are in US and you want to trade London Open, which is the Frankfurt market, all you need doing is to wake up around 2 a.m. if you can do that. I was able to do that successfully when I was in the US. So that's about that. All you need doing, and look at this, is NZUSD. This market will perform well in the afternoon when the US market opens, because this is New Zealand USD. So we only use the USD, which is the US dollar, the US time, to trade this currency pair. And you can see it now, you can see it's really misbehaving now. And if we stroll back to yesterday, this is yesterday market, and look at the time between the hour of, look at it here, around 2 o'clock here. See the setup. You see the setup. So you see it's much more better, you see it, to trade towards that time. And this was 8 o'clock Nigerian time yesterday. This platform is 2 hours ahead of our time, so you can see it wasn't all go away. It didn't really all go away also here yesterday. So you only trade some currency pairs judging by the time when their market opens and when their currency pairs are doing well. So this is USD card. Okay, all you need to do is to look at the setup. Is this smooth? Look, this one is very smooth now. Look at this arrow here, one arrow here, one. So it's going up now. So you can trade this currency pair now. USD card. This is gold USD. It's not really doing well at this time. Zigzag. So you let go of it. Just let go of it for now. Sure you got. So let's go to GBP USD. I'm looking at this currency pair keenly. I will wait, and mind you, don't trade during news period. When the news is very close, be it low impact news, as you can see here, JPY bank history, the news was released sometime ago today. No matter how non-impact you think it is, these colors besides red is the only high impact news. Any other one, they said they are not high impact, but they move the market. I want you to know. Look at this. I will wait when this blue is crossing over the pink, then I will pick my trade. Peradventure, during that period, an arrow might pop up. During that period, the MACD will be going to 0. Arrow mostly pop up when MACD goes to 0. Mostly pop up when MACD is at 0. So look at your MACD. Look at it here. MACD gets to 0 here. You see? Here, when it's changing over from lower to higher, or from higher to lower, an arrow will pop up. You just need to know that. Look at your MACD and watch it. See, look at it vis-a-vis with your trend line and with the big ball and the small ball. Okay, so by the time you demonstrate this, you really understand. Then look at USD CHF. The market is going up, and this crossover also, I will pick my trade. So I just want to take you 2 trades now this morning. And Euro USD market is also coming down. The market is coming down, Euro USD. Okay, if there is a crossover here, even when this green, you have to be careful. This small ball green, this is a muffled green ball as shown, so be careful. Okay, it means a likely reversal is on its way. But if it pushes it down to the extent that it gets to the MACD 0, almost crossing over to the negative path, and this blue is crossing this pink, and an arrow comes up, I will pick my trade. So we have really spent some time here, which is 15 minutes of this recording. I will pause it now, enough of talking, and I will allow the conditions I've earlier mentioned to be met. So GBP USD, 5 minutes expiration. If you look at this pair, which is the GBP USD, the one we have been waiting for, look at the MACD. The MACD is already at the 0 line. Look at it here, which means it is crossing now. It will soon cross to the negative from up down. So we are expecting arrow to come up anytime from now. And if you look at the blue line, you will agree with me, the blue line has taken a curve. It's actually coming towards the pink. And also, that is what we are looking for. The blue and the pink tells us the direction of the market. They are both crossing over. Soon, you can see the pink, the green, the red line has already pierced through the pink below. Now you can see that, and this is just what we are looking for. And look at the MACD. The MACD has already crossed to the negative side. So in my next candle opening, either the arrow pops up or not, I take my trade, because I'm on my live account here, and even when I'm making a video, I really have to be careful. So don't be offended when a new candle will be opening. I may not talk so that I won't do mistake. Once the time is 1, I click trade. Okay, when the time, you will see it. I will pause the video now. Now look at it now. When this counts down, 26, 27, when it gets to 2, I will just click down here. So it executes, so that, just watch what will happen here. I will be ready now. Okay, I'm ready now to go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Traded. You see the arrow? You see that? So you can see that the arrow also came up simultaneously, and you can see the red candle pierced through this pink, and the blue has taken a curve down, which means it is downtrend. Then the MACD has gone negative. If you have done this, well, you have done the right thing. And if at the end of the day you lose the trade, it happens. You just accept the loss. Okay? But that is why you don't have to trade what you cannot afford to lose. So I can afford to lose the $10. But by the time I win, I have banked $7 profit. Do you now see it? So it is also a risk, but this is a calculated risk because we are not gambling. We have set of strategy, setups that we have to look out for. 1, the big ball. 2, the MACD. 3, the trend lines. 4, the arrow. Okay, I'm going to pause and come back when the trade is almost expired. When the trade has almost expired. Once again, Odeyemi Akinyemi will always be my name. Thank you. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? We are greatly in the morning. But that doesn't mean the trend cannot go against us. The trend can still go against us. That is why you don't need to be overjoyous while trading binary option, because it is not over until it is over. You can see the trade has expired. Just won the trade now. Get that? Won. So I just banked $7 now. So all I will do again is to look at, you see, the same condition has occurred there. You see the NZUSD, you see the MACD move to 0, Look at this candle cut across both blue and pink, almost crossing one another. Arrow came up and it's in winning. You can see that it's a winning trade. So I believe we have been able to understood very well. Thank you for listening. I wouldn't have taken this trade. You know, before the arrow came up, you could see the big ball, which means that we got into support. I mean, to resistance. So that is one of the criteria you have to look at. Okay. Once again, thanks for listening. God bless you.